but I really want to focus on positivity. I need to write something. And recite it. I've done it in the past, but I never kept doing it. But practice definitely it will get instilled in your brain. This is my leftover taco, and that's a soft shell taco. So that's playing a part in why it's falling apart. Let's get this meat out. But I really just gotta focus on positivity and them negative thoughts, just getting them out. What me and my friend used to do, when I say getting them out, I just mean not even thinking about them. So I gotta start putting my mind on other stuff. But my friend in college, she had me write down my negative thoughts, and then we burned them in this small little glass thing. And did it help? Yeah, it played a part in my memorization. But it's all about being positive. I mean, it's some crazy folks out here, and we just got to deal with it. People are crazy. They have crazy offspring. A lot of stuff is happening to people, and I always say that everything is not in the health books. Like say somebody has an illness, and then something happens and another illness comes about. Like, what does that illness combined with that illness create? Like, that's different for everybody. It's like two people might have the same thing, and then they both get something different. And then when they both get something different, when you combine those things, what is it called? So they both have two different new things. And then, people their reactions to things are different. How you say one thing, one person might take it a good way, another person might take it a bad way. And one thing I was saying to myself earlier when I was walking, I was like, people say there's two sides to every story. Okay, that's true. But somebody's side can be completely false. And I just grew up around a lot of people that never believed that. They always believe that there's some truth in everybody's response. So if there's two different sides, then both sides have some truth to it. But I'm somebody that knows one side could be completely false. So it just frustrates me when I come across people that are like, okay, it's truth to both sides. You know that somebody's side, they can be completely lying. Or maybe you don't. Small things like that. So, when I start having these memories, I gotta have something to combat it. Like, I just have to force myself, even when those memories are just so heavy. I'm just starting out. I need to start just reciting something, listening to some jazz, and just letting it go. You have to really understand, there's some sick people out here. You have to find how you're going to be positive. Find your positivity method. Because people will drive you to your boiling point. You don't want to be one of those people that just clicks. Like somebody does something small to you and it just makes you want to fight them because you have so much built up inside of you. You have to get to a point where when somebody says something negative, or something just comes off wrong or whatever, it really just don't even mean nothing. You just like, okay, this person has an issue, whatever. We know that this is the real world and people have problems. People have serious problems and they don't even know it sometimes. A lot is happening to people. And they react in ways that are just terrible to everybody else because they can't get over it. Like, some people don't believe that some things have happened to people and they think about them every single day. Like, maybe there's a child out there that something happened to, and they keep thinking about it every day, and they already know when I turn 20 years old, this is still something that's going to be on my mind because it's such a big deal, you know, and there's no way to take it back. So there's these people out here, and we know it's some crazy folks out here. But you got to remember that some people have had things happen to them when they were kids, and they already know, like, or they feel like, at least, because they can't stop thinking about it now, that when they get older, they're going to still be thinking about it. Like, they think they'll never go a day without having this negative thought on their mind, and it just messes them up, and they're going to be crazy. And then you're like, okay, it's a kid, but you just have to hope that they, like, break the cycle when they get older. And there's these older people that are like, man, I can't get it off my mind. So they're like, okay, well, my life is messed up, so I'm going to mess up yours. When you wake up to stuff like this, it's mind-blowing. Because we're not taught everything, and a lot of people aren't going to say everything because they know people will go crazy, and people aren't going to say, okay, this happened to me, I'm having a hard time getting over it. You know, what do I do? Everybody's not going to say that because they don't want everybody in their business. They're going to try to get over it on their own, or they already know they won't, and then they just want to go off on the deep end. Okay, my life is like this. I didn't expect that to happen to me. It's not my fault that happened to me. I can't believe that somebody would even do that to me. So, because their mind is like that, they're like, okay, well, that wasn't fair to me, so I don't have to be fair to you. Okay, this fish taco, look, it's already falling apart. I really wish this was fried. So I got to get back in the habit and start again of reciting things to help me remember. Stay positive. And just be optimistic. Don't get to that point where, you know, people, they get so mad that, you know, you feel like, yeah, I'm finna get up, I'm finna go out, I'm finna do this, I'm finna do that. And then that thought comes and it's like, man, you don't want to do it no more. It's like all it took was that small thought. Well, it probably was a big one. And now you don't want to go nowhere no more. And you had all that optimism to do it and you felt good. And then somebody that some people maybe have only seen once pops up in your mind and it's all over. You don't want to do it no more. You lost everything. These people exist and it's the real world. And you have to just, you have to just keep reminding yourself that and learn to really brush stuff under the rug. I mean, a lot of things are easier said than done. But practice, and a lot of us need to practice what we preach. So it's tough because, negativity is hard sometimes to get over, but These people, things happen. You don't want to be one of those people where somebody has really made you mad, and then you come across somebody that does something really small, and it was something completely different, but it was so small, and you just want to fight them. You know, for me, I would be like, you know, what is wrong with me? I've seen too many news stories where people have, you know, gotten locked up over something small, and I'm someone that thinks like, man, well, what happened? You know, prior, you know, how many crazy people have you met to a point where when this one came across, like, you locked up, and then you sit there and you think about it, or maybe you don't. You think about, like, how did I get to this point to get mad over that? Or some people might not, but sometimes it's a chain of stuff, and this is, you know, the human body is crazy. Like, you have to really control yourself and really, you know, make sure you get over the things that have happened that are negative. And keep in mind that people do know that small things can irritate people. Like a bump on the shoulder, or I don't know, purposely stepping on your shoe. People do know that those things can bother you for a couple days. I mean, some people it might not bother them at all, really good. Some people it might bother them for a day. But people do know small stuff like that gets on our nerves. Especially when you just know it was intentional. Yes, I'm sorry, okay. But people do know that you think about, you know, whether that person was really sorry or not. And because trial and error, you know, they try stuff that somebody else did to them. And they want to go home. Yeah, I did that to somebody else, but did that really help you get over what somebody did to you? No, because you're going to just want to do it again. So my method is reciting something positive. You know, you just gotta really be aware that, unfortunately, people will do small stuff to irritate you. But those people don't know, okay, maybe it irritated you for a long time, but I'm about to be over this. Like, okay, you are bitter about something. I can't do nothing about it. And if you really want to play tit for tat, you're the one that's bitter, not me. So you finna go home, but you don't know that I'm finna be over this. You just can't even think about these people. You don't even need to.